Hi friend, myself BT Shinde, Department of Chemistry, Arts, Commerce, Science College, Lanza. Today's point of discussion is role of analytical chemistry from paper 3, unit 1st. In analysis, we can get what is present and how much present identification. It is very it is very important. The samples can be separated as per nature of samples. Then third main component of analysis is characterizations. After the successful identification separation, the separated samples can be characterized by using different tests is estimation. That is analytical chemistry, it involves identification, separation, characterizations and estimation of component of a sample. The second point, importance of terms and their significance. There are two basic questions always asked as a part of analysis: the what is present and how much present in the molecule. This can be analyzed by using different techniques. The question first, that is what is present, it also called as qualitative analysis. And our second questions, that is how much is present, it called as quantitative analysis. The qualitative and quantitative analysis together will form chemical analysis, and chemical analysis is a part of analytical chemistry. Then next term, that is accuracy. It is again the agreement between number of observations and true value. Then second one, I precision. Precision is agreement between number of observations. It can expressed as a number of figures of merit such as standard deviation, relative, average deviation, range, variance, coefficient. Selectivity of a method is defined as degree to which the method is free from interface present in the matrix. It is measure of ability of method to discriminate between two small concentration difference in the analytes. की ज्या दोन ॲनालिसिसमधलं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन्स मेजर करण्यासाठी आपण सेन्सिटिव्हिटी, रिप्रोड्युसिबिलिटी, express the precision between laboratories. Collaborative studies usually applied to standardize the methodology. The next point, steps in analysis. The first one, aim of analysis. Then second one, proper samples. आता एखादे सॅम्पल्स ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी सिलेक्ट करत असताना की सॅम्पल सिलेक्शन हे खूप महत्त्वाचं आहे, रिप्रेझेंट करते. सॅम्पल सिलेक्ट केल्यानंतर की जो सॅम्पल्स आपण सिलेक्ट केलेला आहे तो सॅम्पल्स ॲनालिसिससाठी प्रिपेअर करणे, दॅट इज प्रिपरेशन ऑफ सॅम्पल्स. देन फोर्थ वन, मेथड ऑफ ॲनालिसिस. सॅम्पल ॲनालिसिससाठी प्रिपेअर केल्यानंतर त्या सॅम्पलसाठी की ज्या अवेलेबल मेथड्स आहेत ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी त्या अवेलेबल मेथड्समधून जी प्रॉपर आणि सुटेबल जी मेथड आहे, यू कॅन सिलेक्ट प्रॉपर method for the analysis. Then fifth one, analysis. After the selection of proper method, the samples can be analyzed. The samples can be analyzed according to the steps, and after the analyzing the all data of analysis, त्या सॅम्पलचा असणारा डेटा की जो इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ डेटा की जो ऑब्झर्वेशन्स आहेत त्यांचा स्टडी म्हणजे दॅट इज इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ डेटा. आणि लास्ट वन, दॅट इज रिझल्ट. इन क्लासिकल मेथड इट अगेन डिवायडेड इन टू सब क्लासेस. That is first one, gravimetric analysis, and second one, volumetric analysis. The first method that is gravimetric analysis. Gravimetric analysis is used to measure mass of samples. The gravimetric analysis further subdivided into two subclasses like direct and indirect gravimetric analysis. The first one, direct. In direct method, the sample is converted into sparingly soluble salt. Then the salt is precipitated from the solution, which can filtered, dried and weighed. And from the weight, the amount of component present in the samples is calculated. This is a simple way. But in second, indirect gravimetric analysis, the samples can be heated. Then the loss of mass of samples with the knowledge of chemical reaction and the loss of mass, the amount of component in the samples can be calculated. For example, mixture of zinc oxide and zinc carbonate determined by using this second method, indirect gravimetric analysis. From this reaction, there is loss of CO2, elimination of CO2 gas. That means it indicate there is loss of mass from the zinc carbonate to form Zn oxide as a solid compound. In volumetric analysis involve measurement of volume of reacting substance. The volumetric analysis again divided into two subclasses, that is titrimetric analysis and volumetric analysis. In titrimetric analysis, to measure volume of the samples is made to react with reagent solution of known concentration. The volume of the reagent required to react completely with the given volume of the sample solution is measured. Analysis. The volume of a gaseous product formed due to chemical reaction is measured. The measured volume of the reactant is used for the determination of amount of component present. For example, nitrogen present in an organic compound is converted to nitrogen gas, the volume of which can be measured, and from that the percentage of nitrogen present in the compound is calculated. This is two methods under the classical method of analysis, gravimetric analysis as well as volumetric analysis. ग्रॅव्हिमेट्रिकच्या साहाय्याने आपण मास मेजर करतोय आणि त्याचे दोन टाईप्स आहेत, डायरेक्ट मेथड्स अँड इनडायरेक्ट मेथड्स. व्हॅल्युमेट्रिकच्या साहाय्याने आपण पुन्हा त्याचे दोन सब क्लासेस आहे, टायट्रेशन दॅट इज टायट्रीमेट्रिक अनालिसिस अँड व्हॅल्यूम दॅट इज व्हॅल्युमेट्रिक अनालिसिस. Advantages of non-classical methods like it give very accurate and sensitive result. They provide exact estimation of the component as in qualitative as well as quantitative way. The non-classical methods, it require very less time to produce very accurate result. The physical properties such as conductivity, electrode potential, light absorption or emission, mass to charge ratio, fluorescence. The electroanalytical methods use electrically conductive probes called electrode to make electrical contact with the analyte solution. The most of electroanalytical methods rely on the flow of electrons between one or more of the electrodes and the analytes. The electroanalytical methods are divided into categories according to the electric parameters that are measured. The major electroanalytical methods include potentiometry, conductometry, colorimetry, and voltammetry. The name of methods reflect the measured electric property or its unit. In potentiometry, there is measure of electric potential. In conductometry, there is measure of conductance of the solution. Voltammetry. In voltammetry, it is used to measure the value of applied potential under the given set of conditions. In colorimetry, it is used to measurement of quantity of electricity passed. These are the then second one, spectroscopy techniques. Interaction between electromagnetic radiations and samples can be analyzed by using the different types of spectroscopy, the emission, fluorometry, absorption, and scattering. In the emission, the intensity of emitted radiation can be measured. In fluorometry, the measurement of fluorescent intensity. The third one, absorption spectroscopy. It is used to measure absorbance of the solution. Then fourth one, scattering methods. In this, the intensity of scattered radiation can be measured. For example, Raman spectroscopy, turbidometry, and anemometry. These are the four subclasses of spectroscopy methods. Then third one, thermal methods. In the thermal method, there is use of this method involve heating the samples at a fixed rate and observing the changes in the property of the samples with increase in the temperatures. This again divided into three subclasses: thermogravimetric, that is TGA, differential thermal analysis, that is DTA, differential scanning colorimetry, DSC. In the first one, that is TGA, it is used for to change in mass of the samples in the course of the perceived temperature time. The second, DTA, is used to differentiate in the temperature of the reference and the sample as the two are being heated at the same. And then third one, DSC. In this, the amount of heat energy withdrawn or provided to compensate the temperature difference between the reference and the samples. तर हे तिचे तीन इम्पॉर्टंट सब क्लासेस आहेत ते आपण स्टडी करणार आहोत. देन नेक्स्ट देर आर टू सब क्लासेस, दॅट इज GLC, gas chromatography. In this, the separation between stationary liquid oblique solid phases and mobile gas phase. And the second, high performance liquid chromatography, that is HPLC, the separation between a stationary solid phase in a thin column and mobile liquid phase. These are the two examples of chromatographic analysis. Then next one, radiochemical methods. In this radiochemical methods, these methods used as in the form of radioactive associated with the samples. It may be due to the component present in a samples, or it may be generated by irradiating the samples. They again divided into two subclasses. The first one, neutron activation analysis, that is NAA. Activation is included in a samples by irradiating and resulting radioactivity is measured. Then second subclass, isotope dilution analysis, IDA. The definite amount of the labeled isotope is added to the analyte and mixed. The activity of definite amount of samples withdrawn is determined. तर हे टेक्निकच्या साहाय्याने आपण in mass spectrometry, there is measurement of mass to charge ratio. These are the important points of method of analysis. The method of analysis, there are two main classes, that is classical as well as non-classical methods. The classical methods, that is general laboratory methods, they did not require any sophisticated instrument, but non-classical methods, classical methods based on the some different instrument, that is instrumental, it also called as instrument. Next one, types of analysis. The types of analysis, there are three main classes, that is proximate analysis, trace analysis, and partial analysis. In proximate analysis, uh, there is a determination of what types of element present rather than the chemical composition of the samples. Okay, for example, coal. The coal is abundant natural resources that can be used for energy source. Okay, the chemical analysis of coal include both proximate as well as ultimate analysis, but in proximate analysis, the parameters like moisture content of the coals, then volatile component present in the coals, the what types of ash content present in the coals, and the fourth one, the fixed carbon content can be measured. Mm. Then second one, trace analysis. It is a specialized form of analysis used to detect or quantify trace, that is very small amount of substance in terms of widely related to the analysis impurities in the given samples. And then third one, partial analysis. The partial analysis, in this, the only one component of the samples is determined. In case of geochemical or metallurgical analysis, having on-site determination of metal content to confirm its presence and an appropriate estimation of the quantity is essential. Subdivided into according to size of samples, that is macro analysis, the size of samples more than 100 milligram, semi macro sample size in between 10 to 100 milligrams, and semi macro analysis, the size of sample less than the 10 milligrams. That is, these are the three types of analysis.